What is up? You're tuned into 90.5 KSJS San Jose. This is DJ Coffin, the host of 6 Feet Under, airing every single Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. Playing rock music most of the time, but today we've got a special guest today in the studio with Yung Frendi and Jalen, the producer, to pluggnb underground rap artists. I'm super excited to get into it with these guys in a few minutes here. Talking about pluggnb, super like upcoming genre in general. Like not a lot of people even know what that is. So we're gonna give you a little preview of that real quick. Gonna play one of Yung Frendi's songs. This song is called "Hurting Heart," and then after that we'll get right into this interview.
I have to defend you again, where I have to bend my morals again, where I have to go against every single thing that I believe in because I love you. Then stop loving me. I can't.
When the sky is blue, I don't even have a clue. Figure out what do we do? You don't even gotta tell me for real. Plus guys, yeah, I gotta heal. I'm on so hard, she kill her nails. She tryna love me, baby, I'm just me. Cause on my wrist I bleed, cause I be part of the team. When you left, baby, I scream. No reason to be fighting with the love of my life. Just know I try. Just told me say goodbye. Told me say I cried. It ain't right. Knowing that I lied. Knowing that you tried. On my knees and I'm pleading for your love, girl, man, I need it. Said you hate me, can't believe it. So I go see like the weekend. Baby, I feel that I'm tweaking. Baby, I feel that I'm leaking. She say I'm pretty considerate. Oh my God, did you mean it? Sometimes I think about you falling down. And don't like when we fight, cause you're not alone. When the sky is blue, I don't even have a clue. Figure out what do we do? You don't even gotta tell me for real. Plus guys, yeah, I gotta heal. I'm on so hard, she kill her nails. She tryna love me, baby, I would just be. Cause on my wrist I bleed, cause I be part of the team. When you left, baby, I scream. No reason to be fighting with the love of my life. Just know I try. Just told me say goodbye. Told me say I cried. It ain't right. Knowing that I lied. Knowing that you tried. On my knees and I'm pleading for your love, girl, man, I need it. Said you hate me, can't believe it. So I go see like the weekend. Baby, I feel that I'm tweaking. Baby, I feel that I'm leaking. She say I'm pretty considerate. Oh my God, did you mean it? Sometimes I think about you falling down. And don't like when we fight, cause you're not alone.
All right, that was "Hurting Heart" by Yung Frendi. We're joined here in the studio in downtown San Jose with him and the producer Jalen, representing the pluggnb genres. Do you want to test your mics real quick? Make sure y'all can hear yourselves.
Yeah.
What up?
Perfect.
Yep.
You want to adjust them at all, or you're good?
I think I'm cool.
All right.
I'm good.
Sound good on that end?
Yeah.
For sure.
Turn you up a little bit. So for people who may not be familiar with pluggnb, you just heard an example of that with that song. But for you guys, for people who are unfamiliar, how would you like explain the pluggnb genre?
Jalen, take the floor. Definitely
How would I explain pluggnb?
been around the game longer than me.
Shoot.
So.
Pluggnb is pretty much, like real 90s R&B inspired melodies, and in certain kind of ways that it divots off. There's a lot of emo, alternative inspiration.
For sure.
It's very mellow. It's very, calming, relaxing.
There's a lot of varieties of pluggnb, especially now since it's branched off back in like 2018, 2017. There's a lot of new producers, upcoming producers that have kind of made their own sound, and I feel like they've just kind of established themselves in the scene, and it's just growing and growing, and hopefully one day reach a mainstream standpoint. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like pluggnb branched off of like plug, which is like still like super niche. Like no one knows what plug is even.
Yeah.
So. The only plug song that most people have heard is like, what was the song that Drake did? It was From Florida with Love.
Oh yeah.
Or like Broke
I mean,
Boy.
people know Cardi.
Yeah, I was about to say Broke Boy.
A lot of people don't know like that Cardi. You know, a lot of people know like the self-titled era.
Yeah, true. But I mean, you had like stuff that was like kind of cloud rap, and then I feel like plug kind of came off of that, and then you had like pluggnb, which like came off like even further from that. So like for most people, they don't even know like what that is.
Yeah. So
yeah. I mean, who are some of the like originators of pluggnb? Would you say like?
It's definitely Summrs.
Corey
Lingo, Autumn,
Real Goat.
Yeah, Corey's that's my dog, man.
Y'all have a song together.
Yeah, it's called Bad Enough, and he about to drop a tape soon, actually. And I may or may not be on it, so I can't disclose that information.
For what it's worth.
But it's for what it's worth. Yeah. He's really if you've heard his music, like Corey's really like the one that could probably take it to the top. I feel like he is definitely the guy.
I feel like in terms of like pluggnb, he's one of the like he has like one of the best like singing voices.
For sure. Definitely even in the underground, I feel like. I mean, vocally, like he's so in tune with his voice that he can pretty much make anything. If you go to his SoundCloud, he has like R&B, he has like so many different sounds that he's like experimented with. I feel like
super
versatile.
Yeah,
super like talented and super slept on for sure.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, beyond that, I mean, obviously, like the pluggnb goes Summrs, Corey Lingo. Those are like some inspirations for you. What are like some other people you take inspirations from? I know you are a big fan of like Paramore.
Yeah,
for sure.
So yeah, Paramore. I've been listening to him a lot recently. I don't know if they influenced my sound, but I definitely sampled them a lot. But they're definitely like some of the people that I listen to a lot. What is it? I used to listen to a lot of Uzi when I was growing up in high school, and that's kind of what kind of pivoted my way into making music. Before I was really even making plug, like I was really trying to like sing rap, I guess. Like Uzi was kind of like not the first, but one of the first people at the time, you know, when like the underground pretty much started rising. So yeah, definitely Uzi. Summrs too. I mean, I can't even lie and act like I wasn't listening to a lot of Summrs when I was younger. Like he definitely like paved a lot of what is now. So yeah, for sure. But yeah, that's what I would say for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, like beyond the artists, like shout out to the producers as well.
For sure. Yep. Zan Gang.
Like, pluggnb is definitely like a genre that's definitely built up by the producers.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, my boy Jalen here. I mean, he was in Desire and all that. So.
I've seen it go from ground zero all the way up. So yeah, I mean, Zan Gang very much influential. Z Going Crazy, Go Yard, Thrill Boy, people like Cloud Boy, EPV.
For sure. Yep. My goats.
Solemn / Malice. A lot of people, like the producers, are a really big part of it, but I don't want to take away from the artists at all.
Yeah, 100%.
Bro, and you too, you've been killing it.
I was about to say, bro,
that Shine EP was crazy. That's like one of my favorite projects from last year.
Thank you. And we worked really closely. Shine, he's a great dude.
Yeah,
great to work with. Boy. Uber talented. I think that he's gonna do something in the future, whether it's pluggnb or if he branches out, he's gonna be a star. He's
100%. He I think Shine he single-handedly brought back a lot of what people may feel like nostalgic old pluggnb when he dropped Losing Myself back in like 2022, and that kind of just paved the way again. Like it was like it kind of died down and then it revived itself again. And yeah, so shout out my boy Shine. Super talented,
I feel
like you said.
Like artists like Summrs is like he still makes like pluggnb, but he's like branching off into more like I feel like his pluggnb is more like trap like centered.
He's definitely, I feel like it's not just pluggnb too. Like he makes like he tried to experiment on a lot of the sounds with like the Louisiana sound and all that, and kudos to him. I mean, it's working. So yeah. But
will you let him?
What's up, guys?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is this a
sorry, my boy? Yeah. I forget.
I didn't know we got someone coming.
You're good.
Okay. But I feel like I mean, you and like Shine are more on tap with like what Plug and B like was originally, like kind of like love songs and like more melodic type stuff.
Yeah, we definitely make that. We definitely try bringing that nostalgic back, harmonizing. I think a lot of people they like when I harmonize and stuff. I don't want to forget also Leb Zanin. Or Lebanon, however you want to, say his name.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
also a goat.
Honestly, like,
honestly a goat as well.
I know him, but I didn't know how to like pronounce that.
Yeah, so it's Lebanon, but I troll him and call him Leb Zanin, so it's like funny. But yeah, Leb, he's been also making Plug and B for a while, and like I honestly don't think he gets the credit he deserves at times, and it's just now that he's really starting to get it, especially when he started collabing with Shine more. But shout out my boy Leb. Yeah, I don't want to forget him too. I feel like us three have definitely like, especially last year, we've kind of brought back that kind of sound. So yeah, for sure.
And I mean, we're talking about all these like people that you've collaborated with, but how like really do you connect with these people? Like, is that like through the internet a lot of the times, or like?
So with Jalen, he approached me, he DM'd me because I didn't know that he was attending San Jose State. So I was like kind of, oh, this guy, like I know him, I've heard his name before, and he goes to my school, like that's kind of surreal. And then he locked me.
That was me this morning. I was like, oh my god, like.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are like around here that actually are pretty in tune. But yeah, so Jalen, I mean, that's my brother, man. I mean, he kind of brought me from semi-relevant to a little bit more relevant. He's kind of introduced me. He invited me to his collective, VLM, which is basically me, Shine, Leb, Eliora, Montclair, Cloud Boy, EPV, just Solomon, Malice, just so many people that Near. Did I forget anyone?
We're probably forgetting a lot of people.
But like
Zuko
Bane, it's just like I feel like we have just really had like a play in the revival of the old style Plug and B, and I think people are like really tapping in more now. So for the future, I don't know, but hopefully we could keep it going. And, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I want to get more into that in a minute here. We got a PSA we got to play real quick. But we'll be right back. We got Yung Frendi and Jalen live on the air right now with myself, DJ Coffin.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
90.5 KSJS.
We're here in the studio right now, returning with Yung Frendi and Jalen, Plug and B artist and producer respectively. This is DJ Coffin. We were just talking about Frendy's collaborations with other artists, kind of how he was introduced to Jalen, how he reached out to him while they were both San Jose State students, kind of meeting with artists like Lil Shine and Lebanon, things like that. Anything you want to add on that, or before
I mean, in terms of what, like.
Oh, I mean, I guess what we were talking about was like, I feel like a lot of the music scene right now is based very like online.
For sure.
So it doesn't really like matter what city you're even from.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the internet's made it accessible like throughout any means, but what is it? In terms of like people that I've worked with, I feel like also I connected them on a personal level because I've actually met them. I've met Shine when I was down in Minnesota. I've met Leb twice, and we've just kind of had like we've had like that connection where like it's just beyond music. Same thing with Jalen, and it's just, I don't know, I think that makes for better music because you're not just working with somebody to work with somebody, you're working with them because you like them as a person. I feel like, it's cliche to say, but like you're able to make more music with the people you're comfortable with, and they just, I don't know, it's just easier to record with people like that.
So you have a couple songs with like Lil Shine. Were those like, were you in the studio together when you guys recorded those? So
the first one, Ruin Us, he has sent me the open. So basically how I met Shine was through a live stream. One of my friends, Han, so Shine used to stream pretty much, and he streamed one of my songs, and I guess he liked it a lot, and then he DM'd me, and I was like, oh, like that's crazy. And
so he reached out to you.
Yeah, he reached out to me. And
that's
then,
super sick.
Yeah, no, caught me off guard, but I was like, wow, this is Shine. And what is it? A few months later, we ended up making Ruin Us. He sent me the open, and I just hopped on it. And actually, people don't know this, it was supposed to be sent to a DJ exclusive page. I think it was DJ Fat or something. But I was like, no, bro, we're dropping that on my page, bro.
DJ Fat is
We're not sending it to DJ Fat. Shout out DJ Fat, but like, no. So I asked Shine, yo, bro, let me just drop it again. And he was like, yeah, bet. And so that came out and Lost My Mind. Yeah, I was down in Minnesota and I made that song with him. So with him and Leb. And yeah, so that song we made in person. The Ruin Us was
like an Airbnb or something in Minnesota.
Yeah, so it was like downtown Minnesota, bro. I think the Taylor Swift concert was happening then, bro, and it was crazy, bro. Like the crowds were just so much, and yeah, so yeah, it was nuts. It was nuts. It was surreal, man. So many memories made that day, and we shot the video for Ruin Us too, but I don't know if that'll ever see the light, sadly. Hopefully soon, but yeah.
Yeah, I want to ask you about those like exclusive pages, like
For sure.
do you think those are like beneficial or like I don't know, because I feel like it's kind of weird to me, like when I'm trying to find songs by an artist and it's like on some random page and it's, I mean, I guess in the same way it kind of functions as like when people repost stuff on like SoundCloud, but I don't know, just an interesting concept. I don't know.
I think depending on the DJ host, I mean, okay, honestly, DJ Fat, like he has, you know, the numbers, he could get you where you're at. Who else is like that? The DJ Band, is that his name?
DJ Band, yeah.
I mean, there's like Hyperpop Daily, like exclusive.
But those people, they get you the attention, but like you said, it's just like, imagine like you're thinking to yourself, wow, those streams could be on my page. Why didn't I drop this on my page?
Well, and do you get like, I mean, I know SoundCloud doesn't pay that much, but do you like get paid off the streams, off the like exclusive, or how does that work?
So usually I actually was talking to Corey. If I send an exclusive, depending, or like a beat placement or something to a prod, like usually I tell them to drop it because I don't know, I may not like want to drop it on my page, and they've already paid for that placement, so I just give it to them. I give them the royalties, whatever the case may be. But in like pages like those, usually you want to ask like a DJ Bam, DJ Fat, if it gets like 1 million plays, you don't make money off it, you're gonna be like, that's money burnt, I feel like. So yeah, and the way I get my money, SoundCloud is like, I don't know, this is off topic, but SoundCloud does not pay you anything. Like that's just a cap. Like you either get paid by reposts, features, which is like passive money, or DistroKid, which is like Spotify and other streaming platforms. So yeah.
I mean, streaming in general really doesn't like pay that much.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Not at all. Unless you're like up. No.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you think that like factors into you as kind of like a smaller artist? Do you need to like kind of like work harder to like find other streams of revenue? Or you like, I mean, I know like in the past a lot of artists, their like money would mainly come from touring, even like in the in the like CD era. That was like most artists were really like making their money off touring,
like
the
merch
music.
sales and all that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. For me, I mean, the way like I feel like like I said, reposts, like those are like quick money, right? So obviously it's not a lot, but it's quick money. Selling features here and there, but I mean, for me, like money, like it's obviously everyone wants to make the money, obviously, but like I feel like if you're too focused on that, you kind of lose like your creativity, and you kind of like you ended up only making music just for the sake of the paycheck, and that kind of like gets burnt. I feel like cliche, I know, but it's like, you want to make money, but also you want to have that balance where, I'm making the best music I can make. I feel like, so
yeah, for sure.
I mean, get it, like I work, so I have another job, and I go to school, and I live with my parents, so I mean, it's like not too much of a concern, to be honest. Like I'm just waiting until I graduate, and then maybe like, okay, then that'll become an issue. But
no, I like appreciate you like being honest about that, because I feel like a lot of artists, like like when they're small, that they're really not making the like money like that. Another artist who, it was Fresh Place Swag, actually, he posted on his posted on his Instagram story. He was like, I like quit my job like 6 months ago, but like low-key I'm trying to move to LA and probably like get another job while I'm like making music on the side. Like, bro, imagine you're just like in LA and you like walk into Shake Shack and Fresh Place Swag is like, oh my God. That'd be so awesome.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely other ways to make money. I don't know how Fresh Boy Swag makes money, but I mean, if it's working for him, it's working for him. Like, can't hate on the hustle.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but I mean, I
Nobody
just
hustles.
liked how he was honest about like not really making that much.
Yeah, I
even
mean-
though he's like pretty popping right now.
Yeah, I think that's all. People really like shame artists. I feel like for even just having a job in general. I mean, like what's so bad about just having like
People are
working?
just trying to get money, bro.
Yeah, like we're just trying to get bread. Like it's
The
not.
only people that hate are the people that don't have money
Nah, it's
or
real.
don't have a job.
Or it'd be just like some trolls, so you can't really
There's
Pay
too
no
many
mind to
trolls in the community.
for sure.
Well,
For
also,
sure.
I feel like a lot of the underground like fan base is like very young as well.
Oh yeah,
but
100%.
they're like, but that's no excuse. Like they have like parasocial relationships with people. Like they're doxing people.
Yeah,
Like the
Yeah.
whole nine. Like we were talking to Shine about it. They're like scrolling through his mom's
Bro,
Facebook and
bro.
everything. I'm like,
I have
oh my
a,
God.
I have a story to tell about that. So when we were shooting Lost My Mind, like in Minnesota, I don't know if it was my story. I think my story. So I posted like, guess the location, but it was just like in the middle of nowhere pretty much. I mean, sorry, Ruinous. And one of Shine's fans like sees that, DMs him the coordinates of where we're at.
That's so
Like,
nuts.
gang, like I don't know how, but that just happened. And it's just like, yeah, bro, I feel bad for him because he definitely gets the short end of it. I mean, like his fans are just sorry.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
they're
I
a
don't,
different breed.
Yeah, I
A
don't want
different
to.
breed.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about like kind of the younger demographic of like the underground? I mean, like for me, I mean, I go to like underground shows. I was just at the like Hard Rock show a couple weeks
okay.
ago.
Mhm.
Who else have I seen in the Bay? We saw Can together. We saw Dom Corleo.
Yeah.
We saw
He's from out here too. He's from Fremont.
yeah. Shout out Dom.
Down Bay Area legend. I don't want to claim the Bay.
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
Literally, you don't want to claim the Bay, but it's all good. It's all love.
Yeah, how do you feel about kind of like, oh, what I was gonna say is like when I go to these underground shows, it's like, I mean, I'm 22 and I'm like getting my my ex at the door like over
Yeah.
21, and all these kids are like
Younger than you.
like they're like 16, like 15, and it's like,
I mean-
man, I'm really unk here.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, bro, like, I feel like there's obviously, again, there's like, to appreciate music, I don't think there's like an age limit, but I think the underground is like appealing to more younger, like, kids nowadays. I feel like there's more gimmicks, kind of in a way where it's like, you know, memes, culture, all that kind of like, they're more connected with like the younger audience. I mean, when I was 15, 16, I was definitely like running around on the internet trolling about how much I loved Uzi. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. And yeah, so like, you know, it's just like, you don't really see digital footprint doesn't exist to you when you're a kid. Cause like, you're like, man, this is just like, I'm just saying this and who's gonna see it? But,
Yeah.
I think it's good because it benefits the artist, but also like we mentioned about the examples with Shine in them, like definitely can be like a very bad, it could end up being something like pretty weird. And unfortunately, there's a lot of that in the underground. So
It's a fine line.
it is a fine line. And yeah.
You mentioned about like, well, with like Dom Corleo not claiming the Bay. I mean, you guys are obviously like Bay Area artists. How do you feel about like? I feel like the Bay has a very specific like hip hop sound,
100%.
Oh, yeah.
and
100%.
for you guys like, as not fitting into that sound, how does that like? Well, how do you feel about that? How does that work for you? I mean, a lot of your collaborations are over the internet, so does that
Yeah.
even like impact you?
The thing about the Bay is it's like I love it because I love the music. Like there's people from the Bay and from Northern California that are brilliant, especially right now. Like people like, you know, like SOB during their prime, Mike Sherm, EBK J-Bo. Like there's a lot of people that are talented. But everybody kind of tries to stay in that lane. Like
For
that's all they
sure.
know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and if you try and divert out of that path at all, people will just shut you down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's the
It's
issue.
real crabs in the barrel mentality, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I think like Jalen said, it's definitely like, you know, you hear a sound like, and especially the Bay Area, you know, from like SOB or whatever the case may be, you know, that's like kind of like what people, when they start making music over here, that's what they kind of grow up on. And so that's what they want to emulate. But like, it's okay to like venture out and make other stuff. And yeah, unfortunately the Bay Area kind of lacks that, honestly. But I mean, there's definitely still artists, man, that are definitely that I don't even know about, that probably into the same thing we are and just don't know that they're from here. I mean, I feel like we should like, as the Bay, we should have like kind of a culture, kind of like how New York has it, kind of how like LA has it, because they have like that, you know, New York, you're gonna expect like a Zave show or something, you know, LA, whoever the artist may be, you know, they'll have their set of artists, and the Bay's like, who's the Bay? Like,
Yeah,
in
that's
terms
true.
of underground, at least.
I mean, yeah, I feel like the Bay doesn't have a great. Well, I mean, maybe I'm not tapped in because I'm not really a huge fan of like, quote unquote, like Bay Area rap.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like the Bay Well, actually, the whole West Coast scene is low key kind of lacking right now.
Actually, I mean, there's a lot of good artists
For
coming
sure.
out right now out of the West, like EBK, J-Bo, Kai Benz.
Yeah, yeah.
Who else can I think of? You got down south in LA, you got Blue Bugs Clan. You
Yeah.
Blue
got
Books is good.
people like Ralphie the Plug. Like, there's a lot of talent out here, but like it just gets bogged down because everybody's trying to do the same thing.
Exactly.
Essentially,
That's the issue.
just slight variations.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I feel like kind of with the internet, we don't really have a lot of those like regional sounds now anymore.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, for you guys, like we were just talking about, you like collabing with Lil Shine in like Minnesota. Like,
Yeah.
like you don't have to be like in the same area as someone
Yeah.
to like
Mhm.
be in a movement with them.
Yeah, I mean, even Shine can even vouch for himself. Even in Minnesota, there's not even like really like Shine.
Yeah, bro. There's like
he's
no,
like the
there's
soul.
no. What's the Minnesota music scene?
It's really like okay though. So what I know in Minnesota, there's a lot of Somalis out there. So the music they make is literally like Bay Area, like basically like the West Coast, but like their version, or they have like inspired by like Detroit music or something, you know.
Well,
So
Detroit,
that Midwest
Detroit
sound.
and like
Midwest
Bay
pretty
stuff
much,
is
yeah.
pretty similar.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. for-
Detroit and the Bay are like they're like our cousins essentially.
Essentially, yeah. So yeah, I mean, it like aside from New York, aside from LA, maybe Atlanta, what else? I don't know if there's like really like in terms of the underground. I don't know if there's like much of like a venture of different genres. I feel like, yeah, for sure.
I wanted to move on and talk about kind of live performances. I know you opened up for someone at the Brick and Mortar, right?
Yeah. So that was Fulcrum.
Yeah.
So,
how was
yeah.
that?
So-
Okay, because I remember seeing like you
Yogi
posted that a
Gang.
long time ago, but I couldn't like remember who you were like opening for.
So
that is nuts.
Yeah,
actually.
so I've known Fulcrum because again, same thing with Shine. Like it was a live stream and like they just like it and they just they tap in. So if any artists are listening, bro, get your music heard. The live streams help you. But what is it? Yeah, so I knew Fulcrum for a while back and I figured out he had a show there. So I DM'd Fulcrum. I was like, yo, bro, you having a show here? Man, let me pull up. And then he was like, yeah, bet. And then he texted me later. He's like, oh, you want to perform? I was like, whoa. Like, yeah, I do. Cause I fiend and perform. The last time I performed was in LA last year for, David Shardy and Mixed Matches. So, and that was kind of really, yeah, but I'm not gonna
That's
lie.
super sick.
It is sick. Like it was cool meeting Mixed Matches. Cause like I used to listen to them a lot and, it was cool, but like the turnout wasn't really that like great, but it was my first show. So I did not care. Like I just wanted to perform. This show was relatively more people were there. And, I feel like that kind of just like made me love performing and like I want to perform more, but then I don't know if there's nobody really. Well, I mean, I've been talking to like my boy Mooney and like we're trying to get some stuff set up, but other than that, there's not really. Again, if I was in LA, it would be like, oh, I could perform in this show, but we don't got that in the Bay, so
Yeah. Again, that goes back to the whole like all this music is like based on the internet, so it's
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
in like any certain city, you like don't necessarily like have the pull. To, like,
Even country, bro. I have so many like international fans. It's crazy, bro. I found out like a week ago that I have like there's like this Chinese community that just listens to me and like basically the
That's
underground. Yeah, it's on some like their own like national website, I think, and it's like some Chinese website. So that was crazy, bro. I was like,
Are
wow.
they pirating your music? Do they not?
I don't even know. I don't think
they don't have like SoundCloud out there.
I don't know. They do have SoundCloud,
Oh,
but
okay.
I think it's like their own version of SoundCloud. So I think they re-upload music, or I don't know if it's like digitally like released, but you could comment and stuff. And I was like going on Google Translate, commenting everything, and there's all loves. I was like, wow, that's like appreciated. So shout out them, man. It's kind of crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Shout out China.
Yeah, shout out China. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, like you said, it's just everything's on the internet, so that just makes collaboration much more easier and smooth, I feel like. So yeah.
Who do you feel like kind of started that? Do you think like a lot of people credit like Lil B with that?
Oh yeah, Lil B is a go.
Another Bay Area legend for
Yep,
sure.
yep.
100%.
Oh, yep. Lil B, who else? Soulja Boy?
Soulja Boy,
Yeah, I was
for
about to
sure.
say Soulja Boy.
I mean,
The
Soulja Boy
internet
was kind of
stuff.
biting off Lil B, to be honest.
yeah.
But he's
They came
Soulja
at
Boy's
the
a
same
legend.
time.
Like,
Yeah.
like I'm not discrediting Soulja Boy at all, but he definitely like Soulja Boy had his come up, and then Lil B was coming up after him, and then
Yeah.
I feel like Soulja kind of dipped back and stole some of the little swag.
Yeah, but it's like he got
that
that
whole
swagger.
era.
Like nobody even questions it because like it's Soulja Boy. I feel
Exactly. Soulja Boy, he's
like
bigger than life. He's larger than life.
yeah, and then like then like you get into like the 2011s, 2012s, and then Sosa comes around and like
for sure.
changes the game.
Sosa, Future Thug,
all that. So I just, again, music started becoming more like digitalized, and then everything just ended up falling into place. Like, it's crazy how it's like a domino effect, bro. One person did this, and then this person did that, and then the variety just spawned. And that's like the beauty of it. I feel like it's just like music connects people and also connects people to different lanes, like fashion and all that. I know a bunch of people have come up off, like, even the skateboarding community is like really tapped into the underground back in the day. So like,
I mean, Odd Future was basically a skate club.
Literally, yeah. So it's crazy. It's crazy how long we've came ever since like the modern age of the internet, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What I want to get into next, I kind of want to ask you more about your creative process a little bit, what you have working on. We'll get into that in a minute here, right after this break.
For sure.
And again, we're just, if y'all are coming in late, my name's DJ Coffin. I'm hosting an interview with Yung Frendi and Jalen, plug and be rapper and producer. And we'll be right back after this message.
Oh yes, Daddy.
What is up? You're listening to 90.5 KSJS San Jose. This is DJ Coffin, the host of 6 Feet Under, running every single Friday from 3 to 6 p.m. Joined in the studio today with Yung Frendi and Jalen. Yung Frendi is a plug-and-b rapper out of the Bay Area, San Jose. Jalen is a plug-and-b producer out of Bay Area, San Jose. We've been talking about like a lot of the projects that they've been working on, people they've connected with, artists like Lil Shine, Lebanon, Corey Lingo. So we've been talking with them a lot about the current state of the underground, state of the Bay Area music. But right now we're going to get more into what Yung Frendi's been working on, kind of his musical influences, as well as some things to expect from him on the way.
Yeah. So, so I just dropped 2 songs like last week. It's called Hibiscus. Something light. I just wanted to drop something. I was contemplating whether or not I should drop it or not, but I just kind of like wanted to drop something.
I feel like you've been dropping pretty constantly recently.
Yeah, I've been. So since I would say September. So after the Shine's songs like came out and with Lebanon, I kind of wanted to like focus primarily on myself. Not like I'm not trying to work with them, but I kind of want to brand myself, because I just did not want to be known as you're the guy that has a song with so and so. That's how
you don't want to be the like Lil Shine side.
Yeah, and that's my bro. So like even then I wouldn't get mad, but you just want to have like that branding. So I had dropped a tape called Healing Music. My boy Jalen over here, Prod. Wait, there's one song, right? Baby Shades.
It's a good project. That's the one with the
riot. Yeah. Right, shout out Haley. Shout out Paramore. Hopefully they don't.
Baby Shades.
Actually, I meant to ask this earlier.
For sure.
I was gonna ask you about promo, because I remember seeing promo for that album on Instagram.
Did I?
I think. I don't remember. It was either on.
Shine posted on his story, because nobody knows this really. He has prod credits on the tape. He prod the last song was Saw. But
is that
same clothes? Yeah,
bro, that's my favorite song on that tape.
Yeah, so that song is hard. Yeah, okay, for sure. Yeah, because so he prod that. I think he has a song on it too, but it never dropped. So I kind of decided but my boy Jalen prod Baby Shades. And going back to the VLM thing, what is it? I kind of like wanted to work more with those producers like EPV, Cloudboy. They've also prod for like Shine and all these the big rappers. So after Healing Music, I kind of just started working on like solo songs and dropped like Clarity, The Code, all these bunch of songs. And then in the January, I kind of got burnt and I just wanted to drop something different. So I dropped Melancholy, and I didn't know how people would perceive it, but a lot of people liked it. And so now, here on May, I'm sitting on a tape. I want to drop a full-fledged album by this summer. That's the goal after school ends and stuff. So, yeah.
Does the tape have a title? Can we get the exclusive scoop?
Man, I wouldn't know what to tell you. Like, there's no title at all. I'm not even lying. I wish I could give you the exclusives, but I want to have like I could tell you I kind of want to have like more songs than I did in my EPs before. So maybe I'm hitting like maybe a 10 to 11 song benchmark. I want to work with my boy Jalen way more. As close as we are, we barely have songs out, and that's on me because I barely be having time to record and stuff. So yeah, I definitely want to work with more prods, and yeah.
And when y'all make songs together, do you like sit down in the studio together and start from like scratch, or does he like send you beats, or like how does that work between you two?
It changes. I mean, like it's kind of random because like I mean, I'm from out here. I'm from Alameda County. I'm 20 minutes on the freeway on 680 from you. So sometimes like probably after we leave out of here today, I'm gonna go to his house. We're gonna make something. But more often than not, it's just Discord. It's just like maybe I'll write a song, he'll use it, or I'll record an open, or I'll send a beat or whatever, and I'll send it to him.
Yeah. People don't know this, so I'm just gonna make this out now. Jalen really, when I'm talking about writing, like he actually is like a crazy writer, and he's helped me write a lot of songs that I've dropped. One would be like the Bad Enough verse. I'm not gonna lie, that was like 95% Jalen.
Bro, you can't be admitting a ghostwriter.
I got to, bro. It's my
especially
man.
in this time.
I made it on the record. I got a little background vocal in the back.
So even if we fell out, it would be GG's, because like he literally have like, and I write this song for you, and I write this song for you. So I literally would not know what to do. So I just wanted to like just tell him too, because he also like he makes really good music too, and he'd be helping me a lot. And then like he said, he comes to my crib, we be recording. He'll make a beat over Discord, send me something, I just record over it. So yeah, creative talent on my right. So
appreciate you, brother.
For sure. But yeah, that's pretty much our process. I mean, I don't know if you have anything to add.
What creative process?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the Yung Frendi interview, but I want to get into kind of like a little bit with Jalen.
Too, for sure, man.
You did a bunch of work on that Shine project. You produced that Summrs and Shine song too.
Let's go.
Beautiful record.
So what's like kind of your creative process? How do you like connect with artists? Things like that. I mean, I love your production. Like I didn't like just like knowing that your producer tag is so iconic on that like it's just like crazy. I don't know, your beats are crazy, man. Like all the layers and stuff, like oh my god.
Yeah,
bro, honestly, like I mean, you said like meeting with artists, like connecting with people, group chats, man. Like just me getting added to group chats. Like I met Shine in a random group chat in like 2019, and I didn't talk to him for like another year. And then we just one day he was like, yo, you raw, let's lock in. And then we just locked in. We've been cool for 4 years now.
Yeah. And how is it for like for producers, like getting a name for themselves these days? I know the producing game is like pretty tough. Did you start out just like kind of like, I know a lot of artists will just put out like send beats, and then it's like how many people are actually like sending them like beats in their email?
When the artists put that giant blast out with the email, they don't read half of that.
That's what I'm saying. It's
like if you really, if you're a producer and you're trying to like go up, the things I tell you, hop on YouTube, bro. Put your beats on YouTube, free for nonprofit, and have people download them, use them. That's how I came up. I was on SoundCloud 2016, 2017, putting out X type beats. Like, and they would rack up plays, and like that's just what it was. And people found out about me, but. That and then just working with the people that want to work with you. Like a lot of people, they try and swing for the fences. They try and like, oh, I'm gonna get a beat with so and so I can maybe get a placement with this guy. It's like that never works. Like what you got to do is work with the people that work with you, because then all y'all got potential. Everybody's just gonna build together, and you foster those organic relationships with people. And then 2-3 years down the line, everybody's raw. And you have these genuine connections.
Yeah. So that's like, I mean, obviously good for like the two of you. You like have that like close connection. I feel like with a lot of the kind of artists we've seen come up from the underground, they definitely have that like close connection with their producers. I mean, like
have to.
I feel like that iconic like producer artist connection is like super important.
Right. Again, back to the go ahead. Back to like the branding, like. Like they say, oh, this and this is like a dynamic duo, like Kobe and Shaq. Like people like make these memes and stuff where it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like y'all are like bread and butter pretty much. And yeah, that I say definitely like having that one core prod. I mean, for me, Jalen, EPV, crazy prod, Cloudboy, crazy prod. There's even other artists like people that are not even in VLM, like Violet, Meta. Like there's so many. Like, there's going to be more people that are upcoming that people are going to start hearing more. And it's just kind of, I feel like.
We're in a good place right now.
Yeah, we are.
Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah. I guess one other thing I wanted to ask you was, so within the like plug-and-b genre, there's a lot of variations. Obviously, like, well, stuff like started at a certain point, but now if you go like listen to like a new Summrs song and like a new Lil Shine song or a new Yung Frendi song, they're like so different.
Yeah.
Do you see like, I mean, obviously your brand of plug-and-b is very very dense like production, very complex production.
Yeah.
Super like heavy on the auto tune, like layered vocals.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself like in, and you're like very melodic as well, like do you see yourself in your music in like more proximity to like the rap scene, or more in the lane of kind of almost like electronic music, or like hyper pop music even?
Hyper pop, huh? That's a good question. Honestly, I don't know if I like even have like an answer for that, because I don't want to like kind of say I make this, I make that, or whatever. I mean, like you said, definitely like plug-and-b has its different like variations, and whether it be maybe a hyper pop, whether it be like actual hip hop, I kind of just leave that for people to assume, or like let them say whatever it is. I mean, to me, honestly, I think hyper pop, all that, like I still think it's like good music, but I don't want to like kind of put like a label.
You don't want to like box yourself in.
Yeah, because that's the one thing that also I kind of get scared about, is like, oh man, if Frendi drops something that's not plug-and-b, like, oh man, no, that means he doesn't want he doesn't want it bad or anything. Like, it's just like people starts talking. You know?
We saw that with like Summrs, like
yeah,
people, like
yeah.
I don't know. But I mean, I guess the reason why I was like asking, because it's like, I feel like if you take like, this is no hate, obviously.
No,
like I
sure,
love your music, but like if you took like a Yung Frendi song and if say I brought it to the like hip hop department here,
they definitely,
or like a hip hop fan, they'll be like,
what
oh, that's
it?
trash. That's not even rap.
Yeah, no. I mean, like, this is not even just here. Like, this is even on like the label standpoint. I mean, there's times where like artists that you might think, oh, has the potential to have it, like what is it? You think that, oh, it's really good, to like a
Okay, I think we're good.
they'll be like, wow, what is this? This is trash. Like, what are you showing me? This is just, I don't know. It's just not, it won't like really, they won't really get it, I feel like. So, but
yeah. I mean, I feel like rap in general is kind of moving in a more like, almost like a electronic direction. Like, you're good.
Okay.
The production is like super important.
Yeah, definitely. The one thing I really like about the new age plug-and-b is like we've like had so many different sounds just all come together. There's pros that are like pretty much like EPV, Cloudboy use like these like guitars that are like something you don't really typically hear in a plug-and-b.
I want to say like Jalen, you on like, especially on like Jeans Soaked, I feel like the introduction, and you're not the only one doing it, but the introduction of like these guitar sounds into plug-and-b has been super cool to me.
Yeah.
No, like the electric guitar, that's my go-to. Like that's my baby.
That's
like,
VLN, man.
Victory Lab music, of course.
And there was like, I mean, we saw like a couple songs like that on the like Summrs tape with the like the mid-track interludes with like the guitar solos and stuff. And I think that direction that the like genre is going in is like super cool.
Yeah,
it's taken a lot of a turn for like alternative, a little bit of like pop, and I love that.
For sure.
I love combining the genres and creating new things. It's like we don't want to keep it still.
That's kind of the reason why I like sampling Paramore a lot. I don't know, like, or just try implementing like certain sounds on Paramore, like rock in general. Like I feel like they just like, if you mix the two together, they end up sounding like, wow, nobody's really ever really kind of. Nobody does it in a sense. I mean, obviously, probably people have done it, but I don't know. It's just cool to see different genres just blending together. You never know what you're gonna make at the end of the day.
And that's also cool because I feel like sampling a lot is kind of like the spirit of hip hop.
Yeah.
100%.
And you're like, even though your music is so like different than traditional hip hop, you're still like kind of keeping that spirit alive.
Yeah.
Like with us, like we sample a lot of rock. Like at least in my production, like love Paramore. Newfound Glory is one of my favorite bands, and then like like kind of like that pop rock from like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Artists like that, artists like Pink, like just that sound. I feel like that is kind of like what we make.
Yeah,
but
100%.
except we just added a little hip hop element to it. You know what I mean?
And then it's kind of crazy too, because I feel like the influx of people like with the VLM aesthetic, like there's been like a increase. I mean, Jalen really, like, I'm not gonna hold you, like Jalen, like when he started VLM, like I noticed that a lot of people are trying to, like, what's the word? There's like more people that are trying to
Copy the swag.
not even really copy, like it's just trying to, you know, be us, bro. Like just say how it is. Like there's a lot of VLM people that are like trying to be us, and it's not even no hating. I think it's cool. Honestly, think it's pretty cool because that just shows like your influence. There's like people getting inspired by you and stuff at a certain point.
I mean, yeah, no, I mean, I love, you know, inspiration. There's a line between inspiration and, you know,
yeah,
you know what I
flat out copying, you know, for sure. Yeah, and it's just cool to see just different sounds and elements for underground just all coming together and stuff, which is cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
We got a couple messages from the station here real quick, and then we'll get back into this and probably wrap things up.
For sure. If
you're just coming in on the airwaves, my name is DJ Coffin. We're hosting Yung Frendi and Jalen in the studio today, representing the pluggnb underground rap scene, having a super dope conversation so far. Super excited for this. I mean, just in general, there's not a lot of people I get to talk pluggnb with, so being able to talk to these like goats is like crazy.
90.5.
If you're just now joining us, my name is DJ Coffin. You're listening to 90.5 KSJS. We're joined here today in the studio with Yung Frendi and Jalen. Yung Frendi is a pluggnb rapper from San Jose. Jalen is a pluggnb producer. Been talking a lot about the pluggnb scene for almost an hour at this point. Probably gonna wrap this up in a minute here. Just get some last thoughts from Frendi and Jalen. I guess kind of what I want to ask you is, for people who don't know what pluggnb is or aren't really into underground rap, what would you how would you like explain the genre to them, or how would you promote it, I suppose?
What do you mean?
And so are you talking about underground in general or just pluggnb, or underground in general? I feel like.
Well, just talk about pluggnb and like your music specifically.
So I feel like pluggnb, or I guess my music in general. So you're asking me how I would explain it to somebody that's not really familiar, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or why should we care about pluggnb? Why should we care about Frendi?
Okay. I mean,
I feel like Nardwar here.
Nah. How can I explain this? I think one of the things too, the first thing is like the experimenting part, where we kind of already talked about it. Like, we blend so many sounds that you don't really traditionally hear in like a regular, I guess, mainstream or whatever. Like, I feel like we've kind of like encompassed so many sounds. Pluggnb has grown, like we said, so much since, you know, its early stages that.
I mean, and it's still like young, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly. And I feel like, I don't know, for me at least, it just brings out like a certain sound of nostalgia. I feel like there's so much, like Jalen's production reminds me, I don't know, I get a sense of feeling when I was like a kid, like, I don't know, the production, the vocals, a lot of like non-traditional singing that you don't really hear in the mainstream, or even in the surface level pluggnb, I feel like nowadays. And it's just like a lot of room for creativity, and you could do a lot of things with it. And there's different sounds too of pluggnb, which is like interesting for people that are not aware of what it is, I feel like.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's a little bit of a difficult scene to like kind of get into if you're not like into that.
Yeah.
But for me at least, it's super interesting. I mean, there's so many like pluggnb songs with production just like blows my mind. And not to like not even to just focus on the producers, like the things that the artists are doing vocally are just so like crazy sometimes, whether it's like experimenting with vocal inflections, layering vocals, like it's definitely a super experimental genre.
Yeah.
I think it's like what we do is really good for people who love music and music production specifically. Yeah. Like there's one guy on TikTok, what's his name? It's the white dude with the long hair and like the colorful room.
Oh, like, I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Shep
or something like
Shep,
that?
Yeah.
Bro, like it's for people like that. People that love the craft and just the process of making a song, from writing lyrics, making beats, you know, singing, vocal inflections, everything, you know. And there's so many creative people that are pushing the boundaries. Like somebody I think of is is Woke Ups. He just made this song called Fragged Out.
Yeah.
And he puts like this vibrato on
Yeah.
the auto tune. Kind of like, you ever
Yeah,
heard
it's hard.
Poland by Lil Yachty?
Yeah.
He did like that,
Of
but it was
course.
on kind of like some pluggnb, some diary
that
stuff.
song is
And it's
crazy.
insane.
Shout out Woke Up. Shout out KOP.
All the Diary
AMG.
boys.
Yeah, Diary.
AMG. Shout out Jovan.
Yeah. But,
All right.
yeah.
And so with that, we'll kind of wrap it up. Shout out to Yung Frendi. Shout out to Jalen. Any last thoughts you guys want to?
Follow us on everything. Follow him at
What's up, Tomo?
Yung Frendi. Follow me at J2KJXYY2K. Follow our band, Victory Lap Music, VLM, at VLM2009.
Yeah.
New Frendi coming soon. The song
Yeah.
with Lil Blurry, when we getting that.
Oh yeah, that's not okay.
We getting that.
When we cutting it, that's not happening. But oh my goodness. All right, sorry. Bro's a troll, but yeah. So yeah, like you said, shout out VLM. Shout out my boys and everybody in the scene. Everybody trying to come up. One thing I would tell people if they're artists or prods, I guess, just keep grinding. Like it's never linear. They're gonna be downs. I mean, I've seen like the worst of the worst where I was barely getting any streams at all, and then I've seen the highs. And like as cliche as it sounds, like eventually, like the more you practice, the more you do stuff, eventually get better, and people will start noticing you. And yeah, I mean, not much to it. Just keep putting in the work, and the work gonna pay off.
Lock in.
Lock in. You gotta lock in. That's 100%. 100% for sure. But yeah.
All right. I appreciate you guys coming through.
Sure,
this
for
was
sure.
super
Having
sick
us.
to do. We'll chat it up a little bit outside here, but that's that. That was the interview with Jalen and Yung Frendi.
Yeah.
Thank you once again for joining us. Follow them on their socials and check out their music on all streaming platforms.
Yes, sir. Thank you
Yeah.
for having us.
Yes, sir.
And we'll play right after this message. We will play Yung Frendi's song "Same Clothes" just to give you a little sample of some of his music.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
90.5.
You're tuned into Victory Lap Radio.
Look up in the stars and yeah, I'm shining. Flawless, my diamonds. We on perfect timing. Feeling the gang, and you know we not on play, ma. Nigga tryna play me, yeah, he rockin' on the same clothes. Yeah, same clothes. Same clothes. Oh, same clothes. Got the same clothes. That's the game. I know you knew that. That's a shame. We just went through that. She said, Frendi, you're the god. Already you know that. Talking down on VLM, put him in the newscast. 2013 ball, man, I feel like I am ballin'. All I know is victory, I'm sorry that you lost it. Way up on my man, she steady, keep on calling. He singing up Paramore, cause all he know is they know us. Not even know us. I was set out back, had to get my glow up. You feel like the man, now your pockets looking bogus. Yes, I spend my money, now my money at your bogus. One to the bank, I'm like, look up in the stars and tell me what you see. It ain't too late to call me. Open up my Instagram, you still rockin' the same clothes. Yeah, same clothes. Same clothes. Oh, same clothes. Got the same clothes. That's the game. I know you knew that. That's a shame. We just went through that. I'm through that. Couldn't get your get back. She said, Frendi, you're the god. Already I know that. Talking down on VLM, put him in the newscast.
You're tuned into Victory Lap Radio.